Game 6 of 16 here in Las Vegas at the USA Sevens will match Portugal against Uruguay. Next up it's USA against Argentina, then France against Spain. And the second round will start then with 8 more games. Here comes Portugal against Uruguay. Portugal to the left in the red and green. In the white jerseys is Uruguay. There's the Portugal starters. Some experienced players there, especially Teros, 43rd tournament in the Portugal team. A young side there is their starting lineup. 6 new caps in the big stage of the IRB Sevens World Series. That many of them have played in the South American Series that has qualified them for the Hong Kong Sevens. Ian Tempest from England is the referee. His 41st match in the World Sevens Series.
You ready? Okay, time on.
It's a very even contest. According to the record books and the seasonal summary, 2 very evenly matched teams here, although Portugal might start as favourites in the red and green against Uruguay. Here at Game 6 of 16 today at the HSBC Sevens World Series in Las Vegas, Nevada. So first of all, we look at Uruguay in the white as they push forward towards the 22. And now there is Teros. Look for him, a very experienced player. And the other tough man for Portugal is David Matouche in his 42nd tournament on the IRB circuit. And that's a lot of stamps in the passports. Former Scots and British Lions player Scott Hastings with me.
Yeah, some great action here on day 1 already, and a very, very good crowd. And I don't think what the viewers realise at home, but on the back pitches here, there's high school competitions, there's the Las Vegas Invitational, we have women's competitions and real support. But I met the Uruguayan team in the team room of the Monte Carlo Hotel in Vegas. They arrived in late on Wednesday afternoon, and they were delighted because they've qualified to go to Hong Kong later in the season as well.
Well, they've got their own little history, the Uruguayan team, but the big history at the moment is with Portugal's Manuel Costa. First try of the game goes to Manuel Costa, and what determination he showed, the 23-year-old.
Cracking try from the line out. Look at this, right off the top. This is off the training book.
Line out is over.
Superb running, a little show and go first of all from Nuno Guedes, and gets the support and running of Manuel Costa. Classic Sevens try, Keith, that you would practice time and time again on the Sevens training paddock.
And we see the referee dancing backwards under the post. Ian Tempest from England. Conversion is over. 7-0, good start for Portugal.
Time off, please.
Yes, the
we must carry on the restarts, please. Time on.
Time on. He started the game again. There's the man who scored the try, Manuel Costa, who now kicks off. I noticed there's a slight change here, Scott. Used to see 2 guys jumping up for the ball and a lot of lifting going on. We're seeing less of that at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the restarts that where teams actually regain the possession.
10.
And over the last couple of tournaments, every 4 out of 5 restarts are being contested.
Oh, this nice break by Esteves. He's played a lot of rugby. It's 2 types, the 7s and the 15s for Portugal. Number 5 is Nuno Guedes. And tumbling down there is Alfonso Rodriguez. 22-metre line to the right. Uruguay in the white jerseys. They've been to the last 3 Rugby World Cup Sevens. The little push through is fielded by Gibernau. And now he's gone to just kick to touchline clearance. Let's see where that one bounces. The rugby ball is a queer shape. It'll sometimes stop, sometimes it gets a turbo run. And here goes a man with a turbo run himself. Shown it plenty of times. Esteves out to the try scorer Manuel Costa. And there's the halfway stripe we're at. In this one, which has 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Esteves. very good tackle coming in from Rodrigo Silva, but a big punch coming through here by Alfonso Rodriguez, and that's a deserved second try for Portugal.
Well, Nigel, you can't play sevens without the ball, and when you've got the ball and commanding the possession, you're going to win the games of seven. Great hands here from the back, and the wraparound pass here. Esteves down the light tits, steps off his left foot, but manages to get the possession. When you consider that Portugal in the build-up to this try, they've completed 16 passes across the 2 tries that they've scored already in this tie.
Thanks very much, Gavin. You called me Nigel there just a moment ago, mate. It's Keith Quinn speaking, and Scott Hastings here. In 2011, I commentated 1 month with Gavin Hastings, and a couple of weeks later with Scott Hastings. So it is confusing sometimes.
Well, there you go. My apologies, Keith Quinn.
What a compliment to be called Nigel Starmer-Smith. Thank you. Look at that. No passes completed by Uruguay, and we're coming towards 2 minutes to play in the first half. So Federico Favaro cleared away now by Gabriel Puch from Uruguay. And now they have an extra man over, have they? It's a nice run here by Rodrigo Silva. Lost, it says referee Tempest. He says the advantage, which was with Portugal to maybe stop and give them a scrum start, is allowed to run on, provided they keep going well, and so he's called the advantage over. Please. They retain possession. There's the halfway line. Freitas is number 2. Good work by Juan de Freitas, just 24 years of age. Just the second time here in Las Vegas. But the first time back for him for about 3 years. Nice piece of play here by Uruguay. Federico Favaro is number 6. That's a nice run by Juan de Freitas. Gabriel Puch, one of their top players in recent times.
Tackler.
So now it's a nice run by Nuno Guedas. Look at this guy go. Just 19 years of age. And he's in for the try. Try number 3 for Portugal. Nuno Guedas.
Well, great perseverance there, wasn't it, from the 19-year-old?
He's gone to floor, here's tackler.
Just goes to show the run, but this all came from a turnover. Watch this as Uruguay took the ball into the contact. The ball was pinched. Great play there from Manuel Costa.
10 seconds.
And then the gap opened up, and try scored by Guedes. He ran the length, although he was tracked down by his opposite number, Rodrigo Silva.
Have a look at this guy. He looks like he's out of the Portugal under-14 team. Just a young baby-faced lad. He converts his own try. And there it is now. Good lead, 19-0. Here he is, 19 years of age. Nuno Guedas. We've got a lot of teenagers in this tournament. A lot of players obviously in their 20s. I think we've got players born in the professional era, haven't we, Scott? Which makes a lot of people watching rugby around the world feel a little bit older. As the half-time whistle sounds, and that's a good lead, and deservedly so for Portugal. They lead Uruguay 3 tries to 0 and 19 points to 0. Luis Pedro Achad.
¿Queda claro? Escucha una cosa, vamos a hacer 2 cambios. Sale Cabe, entra Ian, Fede pasa de centro, ¿da? Y entra
Lady love, please let the dice stay high. Let me shoot a 7 with every shot. Viva Las Vegas! Viva! Viva!
Viva Las Vegas! The Rugby Sevens come to the city that never sleeps, the entertainment capital of the world. And a bit of the glitz and glamour in the halftime break between Portugal and Uruguay. The Portugal team with the star filters in. The Portugal team lead by 19-0 over Uruguay. Don't forget, USA is next against Argentina. That'll be worth watching. Then one more game, and then the second round of 8 games begins here on day 1.
Advantage, knock on.
So Portugal are in the white against, sorry, Portugal in the red against Uruguay in the white. And the team in the red leading by 19-0. 7-a-side rugby, 7 minutes each way. As Pete said at the start of every game, 14 players go to the wishing well, hoping that they can progress through. In this one, it's looking good for Portugal here. They've played a more constructive half so far. There's a big stop coming in by Alfonso Rodriguez.
Available. Release.
Referee is Ian Tempest from England. We've got a New Zealand and a Scotsman in the commentary box. It truly is an international event, the HSBC Sevens World Series. Tours the world and has 9 events in the tour. It's a Grand Prix style circuit. It's very close at the top at the moment. New Zealand are in the lead by just 2 points from South Africa. Fiji a third.
Keith, you might remember that when Portugal scored their second try, they strung together 16 passes. Well, in actual fact, Uruguay now have strung together 17 passes, and suddenly they're making Portugal having to work so hard on the defensive chores.
Yes, and they've got a penalty from referee Tempest, and they move it forward again from De Freitas, and he's working very hard, and he's got it in to a try for Francisco Lopez. He didn't play in the first half, young Lopez, and he's got the try. And a very good one indeed it is for the 21-year-old from the Old Boys Club in Montevideo.
Well, again, I just talked about the possession here, Keith, and the beauty was that they knew where the space was.
Time off, please. Clear the
just a good awareness to stretch that defence, and once you got in behind, the pass was made, the support was there. Wonderful try here for Uruguay.
Time on.
So there's the try scorer, Francisco Lopez. See, just 2 men leaping, basketball style, volleyball style, if you like, for the ball. Previously, they used to have assistants on to elevate the catches, but because the referees are coming down hard on the assistants and the challenge of the catcher, we've seen less and less of the assistants at the possession from the restarts. A very important part of the Sevens game. You've got to catch those kickoffs. Because a very high percentage of tries, something like 73% of the next try scored come from the team which catches the ball from the previous kickoff. Here's Uruguay having a great spell here in the second half.
Again, 25 passes already completed for the Uruguay team.
Of course, good players. Wait on the referee.
Knock on, offside.
The referee said offside play there.
Knock on, offside.
It was a knock on, and then offside by the next player that picked the ball up. So it's a penalty for Portugal. Now that might turn over the momentum of the game. There's some of the examples of the times the ball has been given away. Portugal 7, Uruguay 10.
Yeah, Ian Schmidt there, I was speaking to him in the dining room. Very interesting career he has. He buys and sells caviar. So I was asking him to send a few cases my way, Keith, so I might be able to supply you with maybe a tin or two.
The Scotsman never misses a chance, even when he's far from home. Good game this one. USA against Argentina next. First chance for the massive audience. You know, the telecast this weekend estimated to going into 200 million homes in the United States. That's the combined tally of ours and over the 3 days. That's what we're told by our good friends, our colleagues at NBC Sports. And look at this from Portugal's Luis Sousa. Well, the referee is going to consult on this one. Listen, let's listen. Referee Ian Tempest.
Unclear about the grounding.
You're unclear about the grounding?
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to check that with upstairs then?
Yes.
Okay.
You see the signal?
I'm going to the TMO to check the grounding.
There's the signal. Now the referee will have a look at the scoreboard to see the big screen to see what happens. It's all about the grounding, and he did not ground it properly.
Okay, no try is a knock on. Knock on.
It's a good new ruling, isn't it?
It is. It's a great use of the technology, because obviously there was doubt there from the in-goal assistant referee that we have here. Ian went straight up there. The referee, Ian Tempest, went to the referee. He thought a try had been scored. So a great use of the way technology can support the game of sevens.
And the in-goal assistant referee could have been obscured by other players, so he made the correct call too by saying he was uncertain. So they went to the screen, just gets one look, and we'll see that look again. The idea when the try is scored, obviously, is that it's placed over the goal line correctly with the correct connection between handball and ground. Not like the American football, you just carry it over the line. Here comes Uruguay now, trying to break out from inside their defensive zone. Number 6 is Bavaro. And here's a nice run by Francisco Lopez. They've had the good moments in the game, haven't they? Sebastian Coelho. Been to 3 Rugby World Cups, Uruguay, and 1 in the 15-a-side game. That's Juan La Rosa, and now pinched by Nuno Guedes, and now back with Santiago Martinez. 6 new players in the Uruguay team to the left, new to this level of sevens rugby on the IRB World Series circuit.
Closer, okay? No, okay, you must hit, engage and hold.
Had a bit of a history of errors.
Well, it just shows a lack of consistency from Portugal, and once again Uruguay have commanded the possession in the second, up to 38 passes in this particular tie.
Just 40 seconds to go in this one.
Ball.
This is game 6 of 16 here on day 1. Looks like this might be the final score unless they really fire up and go from their remaining seconds. You can hear the crowd counting down.
It's a maul.
Perhaps they're counting down to the end of this one because they're keen to see USA come and play the next game here in Las Vegas.
9 red. 9.
Substitution, they're going to bring on a new player. Thomas Noronha is going off. So whoever's coming on is only going to get a few seconds in the game. 9 seconds of play. But who knows what can happen. Guedes. Referee makes a penalty. Now the game can't end on the awarding of a penalty. You've heard the who to go for the end of time. Now we're the referees, the judge now, and the Portuguese players say, that's enough on this one. We've got our victory over Uruguay with 3 tries and 2 conversions and a victory margin of 19 points to 5.